for me because listening to Chris talk and kind of how I admired his career when I first got into that game. And I see Troy in here, and Novogratz and I are buds, and I've been speaking a bunch to Roham, and there's just a lot of great energy here. And I just want to say I'm grateful. I think for the people that do follow me know I have a lot of appetite to speak, but I really, I was grateful to get invited, so I accepted. I'm here to listen. Here's my lineage. South by Southwest, which was a real epicenter for my learnings about this space. Social came natural to me because of my emotional intelligence and like how I feel about humans and what I kind of thought. And I had the pattern recognition with Friendster and MySpace that gave me tremendous confidence. And so I had a lot of real wins in that decade and to this point. I think with Bitcoin, it's, I know Aaron Battalion's in here. I was in a room with him in 2014 with 10 to 15 other people just talking about the state of the union of technology. It hit my radar. I listened the most out of all those jam sessions that night. Still didn't fully get it. Central banking finance, never really a thing that, I liked or spent a whole lot of time on, but I bought a whole bunch, I bought a solid amount of Bitcoin in 2014. Obviously 2017 spike, I bought Bitcoin, I bought Ethereum. For me, obviously the sports card conversation here made me smile because I hate the middle. And so like sports cards or collectibles, I think is actually a really interesting conversation because I think both fronts are going to win. I think the physical and the fungible are both going to win. But the thing that I keep listening to here, and when Meek's speaking and Crypto Kitties and just paying attention to like the history of what I think humans do, I think there's the transparency of the ledger. For me, this is going to be, the themes of this whole movement over the next half century, I think are going to be around trust and brand and kind of community. And, it's really fascinating to watch people's self-interest drive their communications around the brands that are layered on top of blockchain. And so I think it's an incredibly interesting time. I think there's a lot of interesting debate. I'm fascinated. I'm in more listening mode than anything else, but I definitely think that there are really basic truths. And I think for me, this specific night is super fun because it gives me the feelings of what early Web 2.0 was and the debates of, social, and then really excites me because I think the truth of how humans trust and what becomes real are going to play out. Phil Toronto, I know Matt Higgins is in this room if he's still here. We invested in VaynerRC and Coinbase. I remember when I made that investment, I said, I've always been good at finding gold. This time I'm going to buy the pitches and the shovels. So that's looking nice and I'm excited about that. But more importantly, watching how Pump's build up his brand, there's just a lot of very cool, interesting, dynamic things going on. And just like, URL squatting and all sorts of things, there'll be plenty of dirty things. It's just what happens with humans. But I think there's a lot of fascinating stuff. And I think IP and equity and storytelling are going to start to layer into this ecosystem aggressively. And I think it's going to be a very intriguing evolution. And so I'm listening. I'm grateful. Thanks for saying hi. And I wish everybody a really great year.
Well, good luck, and
we appreciate that, Gravy.
Appreciate you.
Hi, guys.
Absolutely.
Can I ask a question?